Every great achievement begins with a simple decision. It begins the moment you stop asking whether you have what it takes and start asking what it will take to become exceptional. There is an enormous difference between wishing for success and committing yourself to excellence. Most people spend their lives hoping things will improve. A small percentage decide they will improve, and when they do, everything around them begins to change. Look at the highest performers in any field. They may come from different countries, different cultures, different backgrounds, and different circumstances, but they all share one powerful characteristic. They believe that greatness is earned. They understand that success is not reserved for a gifted few. It belongs to those who are willing to practice longer, think deeper, learn faster, and persist when everyone else gives up. Too many people underestimate what they can accomplish in 5 years because they overestimate what can happen in 5 days. They want immediate results. They want confidence before they take action. They want rewards before they have earned them. But excellence follows a different path. It rewards patience, discipline, consistency, and relentless improvement. If you truly want to become the best in anything, the first step is to develop complete clarity about what you want. You cannot hit a target you cannot see. Imagine setting out on a journey without knowing the destination. Every road looks acceptable because you have no clear direction. That is how many people live their lives. They work hard, but they are not moving toward a specific goal. The moment you define exactly what success looks like, your mind begins searching for ways to achieve it. Your attention becomes focused. Your energy becomes organized. Opportunities that once seemed invisible suddenly appear. The people you need, the books you should read, the skills you must develop, and the experiences that will shape your future begin entering your life because your mind now recognizes their importance. Be incredibly specific about your vision. Don't simply say you want to be successful. Decide what success means. Decide what kind of professional, entrepreneur, athlete, artist, speaker, teacher, or leader you want to become. Picture yourself performing at your highest level. Imagine how you think, how you speak, how you solve problems, and how you treat people. The clearer the picture becomes, the stronger your motivation grows. Your brain performs best when it has a precise destination. Every decision becomes easier because you can ask one simple question: does this move me closer to becoming the best? The second way to become exceptional is to become obsessed with learning. Every expert was once a beginner who refused to stop studying. The world changes every day. New ideas appear. Better methods are discovered. Industries evolve. If your knowledge remains the same while the world keeps advancing, you slowly fall behind. Learning is not something you finish after school. It is a lifelong investment that produces extraordinary returns. Read books every day. Listen to educational programs while driving or exercising. Attend seminars. Watch experts demonstrate their skills. Ask intelligent questions. Seek mentors who have already achieved what you hope to accomplish. One excellent idea can completely change your career. One new skill can multiply your income. One conversation can introduce you to opportunities you never imagined. Knowledge compounds over time. Every page you read, every lesson you learn, and every mistake you analyze becomes another brick in the foundation of your future success. The greatest professionals never assume they know enough. They stay curious. They remain humble. They recognize that there is always another level to reach. That attitude separates champions from average performers. Average people think learning ends when they become comfortable. Outstanding people know that comfort is often the beginning of decline. Become a student of excellence. Study the people who consistently perform at the highest level. Don't envy them. Analyze them. What habits do they practice every day? How do they organize their schedules? How do they prepare before important moments? How do they recover from setbacks? Success leaves clues, and those clues are available to anyone willing to pay attention. The third way to become the best is deliberate practice. There is an enormous difference between repeating an activity and improving at it. Many people spend years doing the same work without becoming significantly better because they are operating on autopilot. Experience alone does not create mastery. Focused improvement does. Every day, identify one specific aspect of your performance that needs improvement. Concentrate on that single area until it becomes stronger. Then move to another. Small improvements made consistently produce extraordinary results over time. Imagine improving by just 1% every day. At first, the progress seems invisible, but weeks become months, months become years, and eventually the gap between you and the average person becomes enormous. Excellence rarely arrives through dramatic breakthroughs. It usually grows through thousands of tiny improvements that accumulate into remarkable performance. Practice with full concentration. Eliminate distractions. Give your complete attention to the skill you are developing. Whether you're writing, speaking, coding, selling, teaching, designing, negotiating, or leading, every focused practice session strengthens your abilities. Don't avoid your weaknesses. Attack them. Most people prefer practicing what they already do well because it feels rewarding. High achievers deliberately work on the areas where they struggle because they understand that growth always lives outside comfort. Mistakes are not signs of failure. They are feedback. Every error contains valuable information about what needs improvement. Instead of becoming discouraged, become curious. Ask yourself why the mistake happened and how you can prevent it next time. Every correction moves you closer to mastery. The fourth way is developing extraordinary discipline. Talent may open a door, but discipline determines how far you go. There are talented people everywhere who never fulfill their potential because they lack consistency. They work hard only when they feel inspired. They quit when challenges appear. They wait for perfect conditions. The best performers understand something different. They know that success belongs to those who continue moving forward regardless of how they feel. They build routines that support excellence. They wake up with purpose. They manage their time wisely. They finish important tasks before turning to less valuable activities. Discipline is choosing what you want most instead of what you want now. Every meaningful achievement requires temporary sacrifice. There will always be distractions competing for your attention. Social media, entertainment, unnecessary meetings, procrastination, and excuses quietly steal your future 1 hour at a time. Protect your time as though it were your greatest financial investment because in many ways it is even more valuable. You can recover lost money, but you can never recover lost time. Every hour spent improving yourself increases your future value. Create daily habits that support your biggest goals. Wake up early enough to prepare mentally. Exercise regularly because a healthy body supports a focused mind. Read consistently. Plan your day before it begins. Review your progress before going to sleep. These habits may appear ordinary, but practiced consistently, they produce extraordinary lives. The difference between average and exceptional people often lies in what they do when nobody is watching. Character is revealed in private moments. Integrity grows through repeated choices. Excellence becomes a habit before it becomes a reputation. The fifth way to become the best is developing unstoppable persistence. Every worthwhile goal will test your determination. Obstacles are not interruptions to success, they are part of success. Every successful individual has faced disappointment, rejection, criticism, uncertainty, and temporary defeat. The difference is not that they avoided problems. The difference is that they refuse to let problems stop them. Dutterpensent transforms ordinary ability into extraordinary achievement. Every time you continue after feeling like quitting, you strengthen your confidence. You prove to yourself that your commitment is greater than your circumstances. Failure is never final unless you decide to stop. Many people quit just before their breakthrough. They mistake temporary difficulty for permanent defeat. Yet, history repeatedly shows that some of the greatest achievements emerged after repeated setbacks. When one approach doesn't work, adjust your strategy without abandoning your dream. Flexibility is strength. Learn, adapt, improve, and keep moving forward. Every challenge teaches lessons that success alone could never provide. Develop emotional resilience. Refuse to allow criticism to define your identity. Listen carefully to constructive advice, but never surrender your dreams because someone else lacks the imagination to see your potential. Your future should be determined by your actions, not by other people's opinions. Surround yourself with positive, ambitious, growth-oriented individuals. The people closest to you influence your thinking more than you realize. If you spend time with those who constantly complain, make excuses, and settle for mediocrity, their mindset slowly becomes your mindset. Instead, seek relationships with people who challenge you to grow. Spend time with individuals who encourage learning, responsibility, integrity, and action. Their expectations will elevate your own standards. Take complete responsibility for your life. This is one of the greatest turning points in personal achievement. Stop blaming circumstances, luck, the economy, your upbringing, or other people. While many of those factors are real, they do not determine your final destination. Your decisions matter more than your difficulties. Responsibility gives you power because it shifts your attention toward what you can control. You control your preparation, you control your attitude, you control your effort, you control your willingness to learn, you control your response to setbacks. The moment you stop searching for excuses, you begin discovering solutions. Confidence grows from competence. Many people wait to feel confident before taking action, but confidence is usually the result of repeated action. Every challenge you overcome expands your belief in yourself. Every promise you keep strengthens your self-respect. Don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle. Every expert has invested years of unseen effort. Instead of feeling discouraged by another person's success, let it remind you of what is possible through dedication and persistence. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Every improvement matters. Every lesson matters. Every disciplined day matters. The greatest accomplishments are built one decision at a time. Develop the habit of asking yourself better questions. Instead of asking why something is difficult, ask how you can improve. Instead of asking why opportunities are limited, ask how you can create them. Better questions produce better thinking, and better thinking produces better results. Remember that excellence is never accidental. It is designed, it is planned, it is practiced daily. The person you become tomorrow depends on the standards you choose today. Rise your standards higher than your circumstances. Refuse to settle for average when excellence is available through consistent effort. Demand more from yourself than anyone else demands from you. Become the kind of person who finishes what they start, who honors commitments, who values continuous improvement, and who treats every day as another opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. There will be moments when progress feels slow. There will be days when your hard work seems unnoticed. Continue anyway. The seed spends a long time growing beneath the surface before anyone sees the first sign of life. Your efforts are producing results even when those results remain invisible. One day, people will look at your achievements and call you talented, fortunate, or gifted. They will see the success, but not the countless hours of preparation, practice, sacrifice, learning, persistence, and discipline that created it. They will admire the outcome without fully understanding the journey. But you will know the truth. You will know that greatness was built through thousands of ordinary decisions made consistently over time. You became the best not because life was easier for you, but because you chose a higher standard, embraced continuous learning, practiced with intention, disciplined your habits, and refused to quit when the path became difficult. As you continue on this journey, you will discover that becoming the best is less about competing with other people and more about competing with the person you were yesterday. Every morning presents a new opportunity to improve your thinking, strengthen your character, sharpen your skills, and raise your standards. When you approach each day with that mindset, success stops being a distant destination and becomes a daily habit. One of the greatest advantages you can develop is the ability to think long term. Most people sacrifice tomorrow for today's comfort. They choose the easier task instead of the important one. They spend their energy chasing immediate pleasure while ignoring lasting achievement. The highest performers reverse that pattern. They willingly accept temporary discomfort because they understand that lasting success always requires investment before reward. Think about planting a tree. You water it faithfully long before it produces shade or fruit. There are days when it appears nothing is happening, yet beneath the surface, roots are spreading deeper and stronger. Your personal growth works exactly the same way. Every hour you spend studying, practicing, planning, and improving is strengthening roots that will eventually support extraordinary success. Never underestimate the power of consistency. A single workout will not transform your health. One book will not make you an expert. One speech will not make you a world-class communicator. One business meeting will not build an empire. But repeated consistently over months and years, these small actions create remarkable results. Consistency is powerful because it eliminates dependence on emotion. There will be days when you feel motivated and days when you don't. If your success depends on your feelings, your progress will always be unpredictable. Build systems that keep you moving even when enthusiasm fades. Professionals understand this principle. They show up because they made a commitment, not because they feel inspired. Another characteristic of exceptional people is that they protect their focus. We live in an age where distractions compete for every minute of our attention. Notifications interrupt our thinking. Endless entertainment invites procrastination. Opinions from strangers consume valuable mental energy. Every distraction steals a little piece of your future if you allow it. Ask yourself a simple question throughout the day. Is this activity helping me become the person I want to become? If the answer is no, reduce it or eliminate it. Your attention is one of your most valuable resources. Wherever your attention goes, your life follows. Imagine concentrating fully on your most important goal for 2 uninterrupted hours every day. Week after week, month after month, the results would be extraordinary. Deep focus allows you to accomplish in a few hours what distracted people struggle to complete in several days. Learn to say no without guilt. Every yes to something unimportant is a no to something significant. Highly successful people are selective with their commitments because they understand that excellence requires concentration. They cannot pursue every opportunity, attend every event, or satisfy every request. They choose carefully based on their long-term vision. Another quality that separates outstanding individuals is personal responsibility for continuous improvement. Instead of waiting for someone else to train them, encourage them, or push them, they become their own coach. They regularly evaluate their performance with honesty. At the end of each day, ask yourself questions that lead to growth. What did I do well today? Where could I have performed better? What lesson did I learn? What will I improve tomorrow? This simple habit creates steady progress because it transforms every experience into education. Feedback is one of the fastest paths to excellence. Many people avoid feedback because they fear criticism. Yet constructive criticism is one of the greatest gifts you can receive. It reveals blind spots you cannot see on your own. When someone with experience offers advice, resist the urge to defend yourself. Listen carefully. Evaluate the suggestion objectively. If it helps you improve, apply it immediately. Your ego can become one of the greatest obstacles to your growth if you allow it to reject valuable lessons. Remember that every master was once corrected countless times. Every champion was coached. Every expert received guidance. There is no shame in learning. The only mistake is believing you have nothing left to learn. Develop mental toughness by controlling your internal dialogue. The conversation you have with yourself shapes your confidence more than any outside influence. If you constantly repeat negative thoughts, your performance will reflect those beliefs. Replace limiting thoughts with empowering ones rooted in action. Instead of saying, I can't do this, ask, what skill do I need to develop? Instead of saying, this is impossible, ask, what is the next step? Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, remind yourself, I am becoming better every day through focused effort. Your words influence your emotions, and your emotions influence your actions. Guard your self-talk carefully because your mind listens to every sentence you repeat. Optimism is not pretending that problems don't exist. Optimism is believing that solutions exist if you keep searching. This attitude gives you energy during difficult times. It keeps your creativity alive when obstacles appear. Every challenge contains an opportunity hidden within it. Sometimes the opportunity is a new skill. Sometimes it is greater patience. Sometimes it is stronger character. Sometimes it redirects you towards something even better than your original plan. Many of life's greatest successes begin as unexpected setbacks. A closed door forces you to discover another entrance. A failure teaches a lesson that later prevents a much greater mistake. A disappointment strengthens resilience that becomes essential for future achievement. Don't fear difficult seasons, embrace them as training grounds. Steel becomes stronger through fire. Diamonds form under pressure. Character develops through challenges, not comfort. The best performers also understand the importance of physical energy. Your body is the vehicle that carries your dreams. If you neglect it, your ability to think clearly, focus deeply, and perform consistently begins to decline. Exercise regularly. Eat foods that fuel your body instead of draining it. Get adequate rest, drink enough water, manage stress effectively. These habits are not separate from success. They support success directly. When your energy improves, your productivity increases. Your concentration sharpens. Your emotional stability strengthens. Your decision-making becomes clearer. Small improvements in health often produce dramatic improvements in performance. Equally important is protecting your emotional energy. Avoid unnecessary conflict. Refuse to participate in constant negativity. Stay away from people who complain without seeking solutions. Their attitude can quietly influence your own thinking over time. Instead, become known as someone who brings encouragement, optimism, and solutions into every situation. People naturally want to work with individuals who inspire confidence and create positive momentum. Generosity is another overlooked characteristic of truly successful people. Share what you learn, help others grow, encourage those who are struggling, teach without expecting immediate rewards. Ironically, the more value you create for others, the more opportunities return to you. Trust grows, relationships deepen, your reputation strengthens. People remember those who help them during important moments. Your reputation becomes one of your greatest assets. Build it carefully, keep your promises, arrive on time, complete your work with excellence. Treat everyone with respect regardless of their position. Integrity compounds just like knowledge. People may forget your words, but they rarely forget your character. Over time, your reputation opens doors that talent alone cannot unlock. Patience is another essential ingredient of greatness. Modern society celebrates instant results, but meaningful achievement rarely happens quickly. Businesses require years to grow. Careers develop gradually. Expertise takes thousands of hours. Financial independence comes through disciplined decisions repeated consistently. Don't become discouraged because progress appears slow. Slow progress is still progress. Every step forward matters. Every lesson learned matters. Every disciplined action matters. Imagine climbing a mountain. Looking at the peak from the bottom can feel overwhelming. But climbers do not reach the summit in one leap. They advance one step at a time. Eventually, those small steps carry them higher than they once believed possible. Treat your biggest goals the same way. Break them into manageable actions. Focus completely on today's responsibilities. Tomorrow will become easier because of today's preparation. Never stop asking how you can create more value. In every profession, those who solve the biggest problems receive the greatest rewards. Employers value people who improve systems. Customers value businesses that exceed expectations. Communities value leaders who create positive change. Make it your mission to become a problem solver. Instead of pointing out obstacles, offer solutions. Instead of complaining about inefficiency, improve the process. Instead of waiting for instructions, take initiative. Initiative is one of the rarest qualities in today's world. Many people wait to be told exactly what to do. Exceptional people identify what needs to be done and begin working immediately. That attitude builds trust. It demonstrates leadership long before you receive an official title. Leadership is not about authority. It is about influence. Influence grows through responsibility, service, competence, and consistent action. Don't become trapped by perfectionism. Excellence does not require perfection. Waiting for perfect conditions often leads to endless delay. Begin with what you have. Improve as you go. Learn through action. Every successful project starts imperfectly. Every skilled performer once made beginner mistakes. Every accomplished leader once lacked experience. Progress always begins before perfection. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is taking action despite uncertainty. Fear will accompany every worthwhile goal because growth always involves unfamiliar territory. The person who becomes the best is not fearless. They simply refuse to let fear make their decisions. They move forward while learning, adjusting, and improving. Remember that your greatest competition is not another company, another student, another athlete, or another entrepreneur. Your greatest competition is complacency. The moment you become satisfied with average performance, your growth begins to slow. Maintain the mindset of a beginner even after achieving success. Stay curious. Keep asking questions. Continue reading. Continue practicing. Continue listening. The higher you climb, the more important humility becomes. Success can become dangerous if it convinces you that improvement is no longer necessary. History is filled with talented individuals who stopped learning and were eventually surpassed by people who remain teachable. Develop gratitude alongside ambition. Be thankful for your current opportunities while working toward greater ones. Gratitude keeps you grounded. It reminds you how far you have already come while giving you strength for the journey ahead. Celebrate milestones without becoming satisfied by them. Every accomplishment is both a reward and a reminder that another level is possible. There will be moments when you question yourself. You may wonder whether the effort is worth it. During those moments, remember why you started. Reconnect with your purpose. Visualize the person you are becoming. Think about the people whose lives will improve because you refuse to quit. Your growth is rarely just about you. As you become stronger, wiser, and more capable, you create opportunities to inspire your family, encourage your friends, support your community, and influence future generations. Excellence has a ripple effect that extends far beyond individual achievement. Each disciplined decision sends a message to your subconscious. I am someone who follows through. Each completed task strengthens your identity. Eventually, success is no longer something you chase. It becomes part of who you are because your daily actions consistently reinforce that identity. Continue raising your standards. Continue expanding your vision. Continue refining your skills. Refuse to believe that your best days are behind you. As long as you remain committed to learning, disciplined in your habits, courageous in your actions, and persistent through adversity, your potential will continue expanding. Every sunrise brings another opportunity to become a little better than yesterday, and those seemingly small improvements, multiplied over years of focused effort, have the power to transform an ordinary life into one of extraordinary impact, lasting influence, and remarkable achievement.